That's great.
So yeah, just to start off, let's do a quick intro. If you want to introduce yourself, your first, last name, where you're from, what you do, all of that.
Dante Wells. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Bed-Stuy area. Uh, Make music. Do a lot of things. I'm a father, a teacher, a motivator, life coach, real estate landlord. Own a couple properties, property management. I
Amazing.
do a lot of things, man. I'm super busy all the time. That keeps me going. I work out. I'm into fitness. I help people health, wealth, and prosperity coach, you could say.
You're a philanthropist.
Yeah, man, do a whole bunch. Yeah, definitely a philanthropist, man. I like to give back, um, help people. I want to see everybody do great. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's about, man. I gotta uplift the people. Quasi,
Amazing, man.
Quasi is he got some fuel to the fire, man. Shout out to Quasi. You wanna get your life right. You gotta holler at him. He gonna sprinkle the get you that seasoning, man.
So, yeah, guys, welcome to this new episode of Client Interviews. And today we're on with Dante Wells. He recently joined us in the program 2 to 3 months ago. I think a couple
Right,
months ago, not too long
right.
ago. And
Love
dude,
it,
he's just made insane changes ever since. So, dude, before we even start off, I wanted to ask you, when you came into the call with me initially, the biggest issue that you were going through was, well, I'll let you explain that. What was the biggest thing you were going through? What actually motivated you to join the program?
I was looking for new techniques, new processes. I was already doing things that were creating success in my life, but I wanted more. I knew it was something missing. You can just feel inside where there's more you can do. You have more potential that
Mm,
you can live up to. So I was on YouTube and the Quasi popped up, and I'm like, okay. So I started checking it out, and he was breaking down these different subconscious and manifestation techniques, and it was related to quantum physics. I'm like, hey, I know about quantum physics. Like, you take a leap from one reality to the next reality. You
mm.
you create that reality that you want. So it lined up, and I was watching the videos for a while, and I was like, he was like, hey, hit me up for a consultation. I'm like, I'm all for it, man. It took me out my comfort zone. It put me in a different mode, and I gave Quasi a call, and now I'm here. Um, Before, I was so busy trying to make things happen too much. Like, I was
Mm.
putting too much pressure on the reality I was in, and I went through I signed up for the program, jumped out the window with that. I knew it was gonna work. Like, for some reason, I watched your videos and I just like, I know this was gonna work. Like, something just told me. I can't really say what, but something told me.
Amazing, man.
Um,
Amazing. I love to
I
hear that.
believed in it. So
So before you came in, I understand the biggest thing you were going through was you were stuck at a certain revenue level, right? You were
right,
stuck at the 10K per month,
right,
and then you were also stuck at doing too many things at once. I
right,
understand your focus was spread out in all different directions. Yeah, tell
right.
me a bit more about that. What was that like?
Um, it was just chaotic. Just trying to do so many things and not narrow down exactly what you want to do. When you find out exactly what you want to do, it starts to happen more.
Hmm.
My revenue has definitely increased. Almost at the point where I won't be paying any bills anymore. Like, I'm only going to be paying like internet and cell phone bills. Like, I won't pay rent again. Like, that's the point we're at. The deals just started to come on the table. Offers started to be presented, and it was more things that were more opportunities, but more tasks. So
Hmm.
then it was so many. It was abundance that came forth, and I had to pick and choose what I really wanted to do.
Mm.
I ran into some guys making music. Shout out to the Mozzie Squad. Those some great guys making music, and they embraced me and they showed me a lot of love, and it was like, this was what I was looking for, and it just happened. Like, can't really explain how. It was all in my mind. It was a vision, and it just
Mm.
evolved into reality. So
Awesome, man. I love to hear that. So, yeah, you came in with everything spread out and no clear vision of where to move forward. What was it like during the program? What really helped you get that clarity? What was the biggest takeaway in that aspect?
Um, the beginning of the program when you really figure out where you're headed, what you want to do, the character that you need to be. You
Mm,
have to be that character. Life is a movie. It's like, how do you want that movie to go? Like, do you want to be James Bond? You could be James Bond if you want to be James Bond. Like, you could take
mm,
over the world if you want to take over the world. Like, whatever you decide you want to do, you have to define that character, be in that character, live, mirror it. You made a video recently about the mirror. That's definitely true. You have to mirror everything. You have to see yourself,
mm, mm.
walk in those shoes outside of where you're at. So a lot of things like that. But in the beginning of the program, there's definitely the identification of who you think you are, which is not really you, transitioning into who you need to be where
Mm.
you want to go.
Gotcha. So as you came into the program and you were defining, because we obviously have a section on, identify where you are at right now, get awareness around that, and who you are right now, and where it is you want to go, and who it is you need to become. What were the biggest differences for you, and like the biggest revelation for you that, okay, well, who I am right now isn't serving what I want to experience, so I got to change.
I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to do some more weeding out, like with people and habits and ideas.
Mm,
Getting taking those cold showers, man. You know, it's about 20 degrees outside out here in Nevada in the wintertime, man. I get in the shower at like 6 in the morning, it's freezing cold. So
yeah.
that definitely creates that separation mentally from the body. And then every time I take a cold shower, I like envision where I want to go and I forget that the water is cold and the water is not even cold anymore. It's like
Mm,
complete separation. Um,
amazing, man.
yeah,
That's amazing. I also do that when I take a cold shower. I'm always visualizing. It's powerful. The water has some sort of quality. It just helps you amp it up.
exactly, man.
Sure.
Definitely.
Great, man. So also when you were starting off, when you were going through the program, dude, you got some quick wins. Like you really came in first couple of weeks, you got some amazing quick wins. What happened there? What were they first of all? Like what were the biggest changes you experienced first of all, results wise?
Um, I do the fitness training. And like I was in the gym one day working out, and it was like the law of attraction kicked in. Like this guy walked up to me. I was doing boxing, and he's like, "Hey man, you're interested in training and working with me?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like this is this is clicking right now."
Mm,
I got some letters in the mail. Some money just showed up in the mail. I'm like, oh, I like this. This is nice. Some business opportunities with my real estate came into focus. When I got out of my comfort zone, I started talking to people. Like I normally would talk and just keep it short, but I started talking to people like, hey, what do you do? Where you from? What's your name? And then it just opens up a whole world of information.
mm, mm.
Graphic designer. The guy's developing an app for me right now. Just things like that just started to happen. Um, a lot has happened. A lot definitely.
Give me some of the highlights of the biggest changes. So in terms of anything specific like revenue increasing, monthly revenue jumping up,
Um,
deals coming through.
my monthly revenue has increased. I got a big check in the mail recently for one of my properties, about $10,000 a month. Um, I'm doing some things right now that's really gonna explode once I get this app and this website going.
Mhm.
Registering my LLC. I'm just gonna wait until it's registered and then I'll let everybody know. So, but yeah,
Amazing, man.
once that takes off, it's really gonna happen. I made a single album. I mean, not an album, song.
Hmm.
Now I just released it. It's big. It's doing great on the internet. People been hitting me
Where's
up
it at?
on
SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. Yeah, on my SoundCloud website.
Gotcha.
Dante
Gotcha.
on SoundCloud. The
I'm
new
gonna I'm gonna put a I'm gonna put a link in the description
Okay.
in the
The
comments
new
below.
single is good enough. It's based on the true story of a toxic relationship I was in. I had to get out of, man. Um,
Amazing, man.
Based on the true story, I got my boy Da Vinci. He's singing on it. He's doing great. He's working on his album. I got a couple features. Yeah, y'all gotta check it out, man. That dude can sing. He's a singer.
Amazing, man. Amazing. So, yeah, I'm also curious to know which week in the program, which module in the program was the biggest takeaway for you. You know, was the biggest breakthrough for you that made things click in a way that's never clicked before?
I would say probably the third, the fourth week, it really started to feed. The fifth week, you were going over the separation part, like who's really in control. Like it's not really who I think I am. It's not really who I am. Like the
Mm.
higher self. And then you mentioned outwitting the devil, and I think in the third week I literally read outwitting the devil because you mentioned it. It was the third or fourth week. I read that whole book in about 4.5 to 5 hours, man.
I remember that. I
It was
remember you posted. I was like, damn.
I was just tapped into that book, and that book is deep. If you haven't read Outwitting the Devil, read Outwitting the Devil, man. It's deep. It'll open your mind more. And you just got to keep studying. It's a
Totally, man.
process.
So the biggest shift I see in you, like talking to you right now versus was when I was talking to you in the console when you initially came on, it's like it's gone from like spread out to like the energy's like this now, you know? As in Outwitting the Devil, we would say, you know, it's no longer drifting.
Right.
It's more purposeful, it's more clear, the energy is more concentrated, and it's more intense.
And then yeah, you're right, man. Also the part where you keep saying, wake up. Where am I? What am I doing? Who am I? Got to keep waking yourself up all day, every day. Stay conscious.
Centering your attention, yeah, that's powerful too. That gets you to your center as well. I think that's a really big one that a lot of people take away from the program, and
Yeah,
it helps them ground themselves. Yeah.
yeah. That's the one. That was one of the most. That's one of the ones that helped me key in and lock in and to what I really wanted to do and had to
Mm.
do. Kept keeping me conscious and not just doing the same things I normally do. Like going back to my old self that you say don't. You can easily go back to your old self. You don't want to do that.
Totally, man. Totally. And it's awesome to see that right now you're doing a lot of different things, right? You're still doing a lot of different things. I'm personally like quite the opposite. I'm like focus on one thing and do it, but there are different avenues in the one thing you're doing. So
Right.
it's interesting to see that you've taken all of these things and have made it into one, your identity, the story of your life. What do you think was the biggest key that helped you do that and really focus on all of those? Because I
Oh,
understand you do real estate. You know, are you still working? You were working a job at the time too.
right.
Are you
I'm
still in that?
still doing the job. I'm telling everybody I'm about to get the out of here. You guys gonna need somebody like me, and he's not gonna be there. So, yeah, man. But yeah, the well, what I was gonna say. I feel like I'm like Jay Z or somebody like Warren Buffett. Like we can do everything, man. We gotta. It's a gumbo pot. Like I just got different things in my pot, man. Just cooking up, you know.
Amazing, man. Amazing. So what's next for you? What's the vision? What's the dream? What's next for you? What are you working towards now?
The website, the line. Gonna have a. I'm gonna make the clothes for the women. The part in the program you said you have to tell like five people that are close to you what you're gonna do, so you can make sure you do it and you stay on task. And you have to prove to them that you're gonna do it because now you said it. So I've been telling my little cousin, and she's like, "Well, you're gonna be on your baby boy. Like you're gonna be selling women's clothes." And like I'm like, okay, like yeah. Um, I'm gonna come up with a line for the men. I'm working on the logo, um, the website, all of that stuff. I'm going to get more properties, remodeling the properties, building them up, fixing them, renting them out, making money. Um, I don't think I'm gonna sell anything right now because the market is doing great, getting a lot of equity. My credit is great, got my credit great. Just focusing on things like that, but mainly the website, and then the website is gonna tie in a lot of things. So I'm gonna make it where it's you can get your fitness apparel. Probably gonna have two websites. I think I need
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna have two running at the same time. And I just know it's gonna happen.
Amazing, man.
Staying in
Creating
that,
that great personal brand.
yeah, staying in the sweet spot to where if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, like you say, fuck it. Oh well. I'm in that sweet spot, man. You just throw it out there, man.
That is the sweet spot.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to make it happen. I'm not gonna
Mm.
put force on the forces of nature. I'm gonna let nature run its course. I'm gonna put it into the reality. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna vision it. I'm gonna see it happening. And just wait, sit back, take it.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. And it's really important that you've gotten into that spot, because what most people do is when it doesn't happen, they throw their arms up. They're like, "Oh, what's going on? I'm trying to make it happen, but it's not happening." They like, "Oh, I'm surrendering, but it's still not happening." You know, because they're using the surrender as a means to make it happen.
Right,
Secretly, that's the underlying intention behind the surrender.
right.
But
Yes,
it's awesome when you genuinely get into that state. That's
yeah.
when it happens.
You have to like give just enough, like the sweet spot. You just have to put in enough effort, but not overdo it. Like
Mm.
just don't over.
Dude, also, I wanted to ask you about your story. You know, you came obviously from a really, really like tough spot as you grew up, and then you came into this spot where you're like doing well, you're doing well, and when you came into the call, see, I remember now, when you came into the call, you're like, yeah, this is my why. You know, I came from this. I want to show them that it's possible. Dude, tell me a bit more about that. Tell me
Yeah,
about that. Tell me where you came from, man.
I wanted to. I made a song. It says I prove my mind. Um,
Mm,
and the hook is I prove my mind, and it's like I wanted to prove to myself that it was possible, and if I could prove that it was possible, it'd be possible for others. Because I feel like I literally did the impossible from where I was at. It was a vision in my head. Like I was sleeping on the floor. I had an EBT card. I was taking a bus, walking, head down. But I just said, man, I'm not going out like this. Like I don't care what's happening now. I'm not going out like this. Like, and now I'm at where I'm at now, and I sometimes I can't believe it. I wake up and it's a dream. Like, wow, like Dante from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, like running the streets, doing dumb shit, and dropped out of school, everything, man. Like, you name it, man. We did it, man. Like, I'm here
that's
now,
awesome, man.
and I just stay humble and I keep doing the reality mastery program over and over and over and keep on remolding and crafting your character and yourself to reach those goals and those achievements. Just keep doing it. That's what I tell myself. I gotta keep on keeping on.
Mm, mm.
Don't never go back to your old self.
Totally, man. Yeah, I think you've embodied this ideal of becoming, because like even looking back at it, like do you feel, how different do you feel when you first came on the call? Even like looking at the different phases in your life when you were living on the EBT card, sleeping on the floor, to who you became, throughout that whole process, coming into that 10K a month job, and now doing real estate and all of that, doing what you love, fully being aligned to it. These different stages in your life.
I'm a boss now. I'm a boss, man. Like the bosses at my job, they ask me, Dante, what should I do? Like, you do. The bosses, like the big bosses, talk to me, man. This the influence is known, it's felt, man. It's amazing. I just feel like I shifted into this character of what I wanted, like from where I was. You have to carry yourself a certain way. You carry yourself a certain way. You think a certain way. You move a certain way. You talk a certain way. You expect certain things.
Mm,
Um, it's just a whole embodiment of recreating yourself and mastering your reality. And first, you have to master yourself, and then you can master your reality. And then
amazing, man.
you just know where you want to go. You see your own vision. I'm talking about when I'm sleeping on the floor, EBT card, feeling like it's over. Like, damn, like I'm about to take this last bit of money and I'm going back to the streets. Like, but I never did that. I said, it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna break through. Like how
Mm,
you said when you started your business, it wasn't working out in the beginning like you wanted to, but you just knew it was gonna punch through the ceiling one day. Like,
mm,
you never
mm.
give up.
Yeah, it's the faith, right? Because at that point, you don't have the belief. There's no proof in the mind. You don't know if it's going to happen or not. You just rely on it in your heart. You just see that, okay, look, you know what? It's gonna happen.
Right. Something has to give. That's it.
Mm.
You keep telling you something gotta give. Like just that's
It's
faith.
key, man. That's the mirror principle of reality, like you said. Someone's gonna yield. Either it's gonna be your external, either it's gonna be you who's gonna yield first, because your life's always gonna be testing you, or your external world's gonna yield. If you keep the internal state up for long enough, the
Right.
conviction up for long enough, the faith up for long enough.
That's
Mm.
that's the truth right there, man. That's a fact. Like it has no choice but to happen because of what you think in your own mind. It
Absolutely, man.
happens. You can't really explain it. You just know that I knew this, and this is what happened.
Dude, amazing, man. Just seeing you go through the program, you know, getting growing so quickly, in such a short period of time, coming to this point of clarity, having this clear vision, moving forward with it, not being scattered in all different directions, honing in on that. That's really been something that I've been trying to do. It took me a really long time to figure out. I wish I had this stuff when I began, but I had to like experiment, years and years of experimenting in all of these different areas to really cultivate it, put it into a system.
And yeah, right, man. It's like one thing I learned from working with you is that I've done it before. Like I've had little glimpses of time where I've like focused up and logged in and been conscious and created something, but then you don't know how to do that. So you kind of lose it. And you might spend
Mm,
much of time trying to figure out what did I do before because I know that happened before and I know I created that before. But right now, what do I need to do to make it happen again? And
mm,
the program that you have, it's like a roadmap to make it happen again. To go back to the material, remember the lessons, the hands-on, the self-discovery, where you write down things about yourself, about where you're at, where you want to go, and you just do those things. The techniques, the processes, course correction. That's all it is. Constantly. It's so many things in this world that will try to distract you. You just got to keep course correcting and uh,
mm.
having that definite purpose, and
100%, man.
that's it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so just to really wrap this up, I wanted to ask you, who would you recommend this program for?
I would recommend this program to anyone who wants to be successful, change their life, be in control of their own reality, manifest their biggest dreams. If you want to
Mm,
manifest your biggest dreams, this is the program that will help you. And you have to invest in yourself. Period. Like I'm constantly investing in myself all the time.
mm.
Whether the benefits are coming right now or later, I have made a major investment. And if I want to cash out, I can cash out, but I choose to just let it grow.
You're my G, man. You're my G.
You already know.
Dante, thank you so much for this, man. This was really helpful. And yeah, I'm going to attach the link to your SoundCloud down in the comments below. Make sure you check that out. Give him some love. And yeah, man, thank you so much for this. And I'm looking forward to your growth.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
I love it, man. I love it.
Proof right here.